For some reason, women think we should go to work, come back, work again, work till you sleep. And this is driving a lot of us crazy. This is causing a huge disaster. You see, the problem with all of that and working so much is that when you do that, you train your body never to rest. You train your body to make sure all the work is finished before you rest. And then when you get into bed and you want to rest, oh sis, you are going to struggle because you have got so much into that recovery that your body is now going to like struggle to even calm down. And because you've trained your body to be on the move, your body doesn't feel at ease at that point sleeping. So you are gonna be like on your bed for a couple of hours trying to sleep, or even if you actually even do manage to sleep, you are just gonna crash. Hello there, ones. My name is Titilayo Q&A. I'm a fitness and wellness coach, and in today's topic, we are going to be talking about why busy women struggle to rest properly. This was like a big issue, even in my life. I struggled to rest, and even when I wanted to rest, I was feeling guilty about it and thinking about what other people would think. Now, the main reason, the number one reason why a lot of women struggle to rest is that they are worried about what other people would think about them. You see, my queen, from a very young age, we have been conditioned to see ourselves as productive. That if we are productive, if we are active, then we are worthy. Then we are, a good and responsible woman. But when you are doing little or less, then you are not responsible, then you are not worthy, or you are just, lazing around and not a good mother or wife or woman. This has been going on for so long that we have been conditioned unconsciously, and then at the same time, we are now conditioning our daughters to think the same. And this mindset all started from when we were young, and you see your mother or you see another woman who goes out of the home to work, and then she comes back at home and do extra work, and she is working and working, doing all the things in the house. She does not rest until she goes back home. Whereas the men do something different. They go to work, they come back, they eat their food and rest. But for some reason, women think we should go to work, come back, work again, work till you sleep. And this is driving a lot of us crazy. This is causing a huge disaster in our society. And this is one of the main reasons a lot of women struggle to rest properly. And the another like reason behind this number one reason is that you feel that you are gonna be judged. You feel that you are gonna be seen as not worthy. You are gonna be seen as not responsible. So say for example, a woman, like she's got two or three kids, she goes to work, works outside of the home or works on a business in the home, and then in the afternoon or evening the children are back. Now she's taking care of the children all by herself, doing the chores, doing everything. And if that lady decides that, oh, I've done my day's work, it's not like I'm not gonna take care of my children, but I'm not doing this extra bit. We can hire someone to do it. Like immediately that woman will start feeling guilty. Oh, I should be the one doing it. Why do you feel you have to be the one doing it? Is it because you grew up in a household where your mom was always the one doing everything. So automatically, that mindset, that idea has sunk into your mind and you feel you should be the one doing it. You see, the problem with all of that and working so much is that when you do that, you train your body never to rest. You train your body to make sure all the work is finished before you rest. And then when you get into bed and you want to rest, oh, sis, you are going to struggle because you have gone so much into debt recovery that your body is now going to like struggle to even calm down. And because you've trained your body to be on the move, your body doesn't feel at ease at that point sleeping. So you are going to be like on your bed for a couple of hours trying to sleep, or even if you actually even do manage to sleep, you are just gonna crash. And by the time you wake up, you will still feel tired because you are in debt recovery to rest. Okay. So this is one of the main reasons a lot of women struggle. And another aspect of this is that a lot of women feel that when they work a lot, when they do a lot, then they are worthy of being called a high achieving woman. That's another one. Or when they are working all throughout the day, then they can be seen as busy women because they feel like it's only busy women that make money. Sis, let me tell you, they have lied to you because rest is where you receive more. Rest is where you renew your energies. Rest is where clarity, cleaner energy comes to you. Rest is where good ideas, inspiration comes into place. Plans for you to go forward comes into place. Rest is when you receive inspiration from God. Rest is a lot. Rest is actually a productivity tool. The other reason why busy women struggle to, rest is because they undereat. Like they think that, oh, if I eat less food, I'll have enough energy throughout my day. And then in the evening, when I want to crash, then I'll be able to eat all the food that I want and it will help me sleep well. Sis, wrong. It doesn't happen that way. In fact, I will tell you, I used to think like that. I used to do that. That during the day, I will kind of like intentionally go on this fast mode and say, oh, I'm not going to eat until the evening so that by the time it's in the evening, I'm going to eat less food and I've eaten less food for the day, and then it'll be easy for me to just crash after overworking myself. Oh, sis, that is wrong because at that point, you are trained your nervous system to be on alert. So your nervous system is expecting food, and you are not giving your nervous system, you're not giving your body food. Your body goes on alert. Like, what is happening again? Is something wrong? Are we at threat? Is there a danger? So your body is holding on. At that point, when you think that, oh, because I'm not eating, I'm going to be losing weight, your body is not losing anything. Your body is holding on to everything that it has. And you're working on adrenaline, working on adrenaline. By evening time, when you actually eat, your body is a little bit relaxed, but your body is now primed up again, thinking, okay, now we're just starting our day, or now we can now make use of that energy. Now you think you're gonna sleep, but sleep will not come. You would struggle. You might sleep, like maybe because of the digestion process, you might crash for 1 or 2 hours. Then you wake up in the middle of the night. You cannot sleep. You will be awake from like 1 to 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. You cannot sleep because your body is now active. Your body is thinking, sis, Thank you for the food. Let's go on to working. Let's go on to working. That is another reason why a lot of busy women struggle to sleep. I'm gonna go on to like how you can reverse it in a bit. So, so the next reason is that a lot of us over rely on stimulants like sleeping tablets or like tablets to keep us moving or like coffee. Some people would take like herbal medication to give them that extra boost. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with this medication. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with coffee as well. It's just how you use it that is wrong. Like, especially when you over rely on it, when you are addicted to it, when you cannot even use up any energy or your own strength. And anytime you wake up, anytime you are struggling to sleep or rest or have that energy to move, you go into it. So some people will like be able to sleep and rest a little bit. However, when they wake up in the morning, they still feel really, really, really tired. And that's because they are still in depth recovery. So what do? They take herbal medication to give them that strength and energy to complete the circle of their day. But what tends to happen is that will give them energy for like, or give them a boost for like 2 to 3 hours. And after that, they crash heavily. It's the same with coffee. It's the same reason why a lot of people drink coffee. I used to be so reliant on coffee that I got so addicted to it and I couldn't switch from actually letting my energy pop up and be of use and service to me. That every time I woke up, because I was still in that recovery, I would just go and take my medication, and which was coffee. And sometimes I would take some herbal medication. I used to do that, that it became a norm for me that whenever I wake up in the morning, that's what I do. Then that my energy became dormant. Like whenever I wake up in the morning, I don't even think that I've got energy. I just think like I'm like lifeless. And I just feel like that coffee or that medication is what is going to give me life and energy. And that was what I made myself believe. And your body will always follow your belief and will always respond to your belief. So I operated on that format that my energy wasn't being used. I was not getting renewed, clean energy to be used. And when you work on that plane of operation, you just you are on a automated circle, automated phase whereby you are just repeating the old programming. Nothing new is coming into your life, and if anything new comes into your life, it's not really new. It's just like a different version of the old version. So it's still the same. And when you operate in that format, sis, you're not getting any ideas, you're not getting any new inspiration, you're not getting anything to project you forward. You're just repeating the same old programming. And this is why a lot of people struggle, especially busy women struggle to rest and also get inspiration. Another reason why busy women struggle to rest properly is because you're not moving properly. This has to do with that this can be tied back to food like fitness and nutrition. And before I go into it, this is where Grow and Train with Me comes into place. You see, I have a premium coaching program where I help women like you and I transform their lives inside out. So, when you join my coaching program, I help you go back to your originality, your essence of life, and says rest will not be an issue anymore because it will be programmed into the coaching program. And in Grow and Train with me, we help you come back to live like that woman that you've always seen in your dream by training your body externally and training your mind. So you see, the thing to do with rest will no longer be a thing of a struggle. It's already fixed into your program that you are going to easily flow into resting. And through my mindset coaching and then identity framework and transformation, I help you recondition the way you used to see rest, the way that things that were of a struggle that you had to use willpower to do will now be of a natural process and flow. All right. So, another reason why busy women struggle to rest properly has to do with movement. So, we are always working out. Like we feel like we should work out, we should push ourselves. We see, well, not all busy women work out, let me correct that, but most busy women do work out. I know that for a fact. Okay. And then we feel like we should push our body, we should do more. And then you go on that 10,000 steps, and then you join a group and they say 10,000 step. I created a group about a couple of years ago, aiming letting people aim for 10,000 steps. I don't do that anymore. Anyway, you join a group or a program, you're aiming for 10,000 steps, or you aiming to work out 4 days a week or 5 days a week, and then you are overdoing it. You are stressed. You are not resting properly. You go to work, you work out after work, and then when after you work out, you're taking care of your family, you are not crashing. Sis, you're overdoing it. That movement is going to make you crash. That movement is going to backfire. You're not going to get the results that you want from that movement. So, sis, why do I say that? Because workout is another stressor on the body. Even though it has a lot of benefits and a lot of, good things that come from it, it's still another stress on the body because you are actually moving the body in a way that it doesn't want to be moved, even though it's beneficial for the body. And the way that you are doing it is by when people actually work out, they work out so hard that they want to see the effect immediately on their body. So what do? They overstretch themselves. I'm never saying don't push yourself, but overstretching yourself, like working out to you sweat, working out to your fitness watch says, oh, you've burned 500 calories. Sis, I know that for a fact because I've been there before. I was one of those ones, always looking at my fitness watch. How many steps have I done? Even though I know my body is tired and doesn't need those extra steps, that rest will be better. I still go push, push, push myself. And then when I'm in the gym, if I'm working out and I'm not sweating, I think, oh, that workout is not effective. I didn't feel it in my body. Sis, let me tell you, especially with workout works perfectly well with consistency and not intensity. And in Grow and Train with me, we train the body and that mind to go back to that natural rhythm whereby you work out and at the end of your workout, you still feel light. You don't feel tired. You don't feel drained like you cannot do anything else. No, sis, you have to come out of that mentality. Unless you are working out as part of your job and you need to get a medal or you're going for a competition or, all you're going to do is eat, training your body physically and then you crash. Because even those that are athletes and they go for competitions or they have medals to be won, they live a simple life. They eat very well, they work out so hard, and they sleep and rest so hard. But sis, You are not in that scenario. So why are you working out like an athlete? Why are you working out like there is a competition for you to win or to receive? Sis, think about it. You need to change the way you work out. High intensity workout does not mean that you are actually going to lose that fat or trying to lose fat within a short frame of time. And you think by going so hard, it's going to make you lose that weight. Sis, it might work, but it's going to backfire. And then you are back onto that same circle. So, sis, this is one of the main reasons why a lot of people struggle to rest properly. Because when you work out so hard like that and you're not giving yourself time and space to recover, enough rest, sis, then your body is gonna struggle because you've trained your body in a way that all we do is working and working and working, and everything we do is high intensity, high intensity. So when you go low intensity, your body is like rejecting that, saying, no, 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 this is the programming, let's follow it. And this is why Grow and Train with me will help you break those programs and rewire your mind with ease and balance so that you can actually live that soft life that you want. There's so many examples and reasons why busy women struggle to rest properly. But I am going to tell you how I have been able to overcome that in my life because I also went through that phase. And I also went through that phase like whereby if I'm resting, like I feel like, oh, they're gonna see me as unworthy. In fact, like my husband loves to work. He works so hard, but he also rests. I don't know, maybe so hard. And sometimes I used to want to like, emulate him because I came from a family as well that worked so hard. So now living with my husband that works so hard, I will feel like, oh, if I'm not working so hard as he is working, then I'm not really worthy or I'm going to be judged. And it took me a while for me to like move out of that energy. And the first thing that I did, I didn't go to rest as like, okay, I'm now going to be resting. Sis, it doesn't rewire the mind, okay? If I just change the behavior. And this is why changing your behavior doesn't work. And this is why I urge you to use my identity framework. It's free for you to download. You need to change your identity first before the behavior can be implemented. You need to set the standards before the goals can be achieved. Okay. So what I did was that I just got to a point in my life where I just felt like I'm tired of pushing. I'm tired of trying to prove myself or to show that I am worthy by working so hard. This is not me. This is not who I am. And this is not who you are. A lot of women are not meant for pushing hard like the men do. You are feminine. You're meant to lead. Let your feminine energy work. You see, your feminine energy is the one that gives you the inspiration, the idea, the actions to go. But your masculine energy is just structure. It helps you structure your energy in a way that is precise, is balanced, is flowing directly to where you want. However, in this day and age, a lot of women let the masculine energy take over, whereby the structure, the to-do list, to the task, everything, how it's done is driving them. And then the inspiration, the ideas from God is kind of like shut down. And this is why there is a lot of burnout. Anyway, I got to a point in my life and I just thought to myself, Titilayo, I'm tired. I'm not proving myself anymore. Something has to change. And at this point, what I decided to do was soften my energy and go back to being the soft girl that I've always been. And it was when I started to like soften my energy that rest came into place. So by softening my energy meant that I was not going to be pushing hard. So on days where my body has been used to like working till 7 or 8 o'clock and you crash, and then I said, no, I'm stopping. My body was like, sure, sis, come on, get up. Let's take care of the house. They're gonna think we're irresponsible. They're gonna think we're not productive. I was like, no, no, no. I know what rest means to me. Like working on that energy just makes me recycling, going back to the old programming. I am tired of the results that I am seeing. These results, they are of the old and they keep renewing itself every time. I do not want to do that anymore. So I took a step back and I said to myself, now I can see that softening my energy brings me a lot more than when I'm pushing hard. And that's when I stepped back and then I started living an ease and balanced life. And I did a lot of clips on Instagram about how I was stepping into ease and balance. Sis, that was the moment I started softening my energy. It was like just taking little step by rewiring my mind. And this is what we teach in Grow and Train with me. Because if I was to break that down today, says this video is going to be longer than it is. So I softened my energy first, and when I softened my energy, then rest is showing up. I say, oh sis, let's rest this way, we're not pushing hard, let's rest this way. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. Rest, oh my god, I got so much from it. Oh my god, it gave me this inspiration, it gave me this idea. Oh my god, I like the way I was speaking. And that was how I started implementing rest little by little. Now, even when I've implemented rest, like whenever I work for like 2 hours, after that I take a 15 minutes break, and then my lunch and my break time is like almost for 2 hours. And sometimes when I like finish work early at 4 p.m. or and I go to the spa, and my husband is saying, oh my god, are you going to the spa? I'm like, yeah, I am. So I stopped caring about what other people are thinking about me, like seeing me as unproductive, because I know I am productive. I know that in the 2 hours, any 2 hour block that I put my head to work, I know I will finish that work. And I don't finish work and then now start working at home. No, there are different times for work at home. When I'm working at home, I'm not working in my business. I don't overdo it. Okay. I'm also lucky that I'm now at a point where my daughter does almost everything for herself. But sis, I didn't let that happen naturally. I had to train her from a very young age, from the age of 6, to start learning to do a lot of things by herself, because a lot of women will not let their children do things by themselves until they're very, very old, and sometimes it's too late. Sis, if you want to live a free life, if you want to enjoy your life, if you want your visions, your ideas, your goal to come into fruition, sis, you need to learn how to delegate. And that's what I did with my daughter. And I also delegate a lot of things, like to people in my business, to people at home that could help us with certain things, rather than me hustling, trying to do everything. So no, sis, I've retrained my mind. Even my mind will say, oh, Titilayo, this is too much work for us. Let someone else do it. Okay, so those are the ways that I have retrained my mind. And sis, I rest a lot and I work quite good. Okay, all right then, that is it for today's video. If you would like to join my community, I have a community coming up soon. The link should be in the description right now. So sis, feel free to join us, and then you can get more gist, and then we can talk more and more about things like this, so that you can really get the idea and maybe try and implement 1 or 2 things in your life. All right, queens, it's your girl Titilayo at Q&A 3.8. All the best.